Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. On the Bitcoin chart, we continue to focus on higher prices against micro support. In the last video, I also took a look at the daily time frame. In this video, I just want to take a look at the 1 hour time frame. Here on the 1 hour time frame, the situation is still unchanged. We haven't come much closer to the support region. Again, don't mix up support with target. I don't have a downside target. I only have a downside target once support breaks, because then we have likely topped in the orange B wave and we can calculate a target for wave C. Until then, the focus is on higher. Ideally, we will form one more high in wave B even. Okay, so there are two counts obviously that we talked about. One is the, let's say, short-term bearish one, in which we form an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. Could also turn into a triangle. I mean, that could turn into quite a beautiful triangle. And in which case the price would dip a little bit back, maybe to test the 40K region, okay? And after that, however, we would move up. So it's a bullish scenario. It's all within the context of a bullish scenario. In this context, however, the wave 4 would still be unfolding, either as a larger flat structure, which is a so-called sideways correction, or as a triangle, for example. In my primary scenario, however, until the market breaks support, I focus on higher, and the main thesis is that the wave 4 is already finished. Okay, and we're already moving up in wave 5, and then I'm tracking the first 5-wave pattern, which will allow me to give you the next, let's say, reliable pullback zone. At the moment, this year was our trend reversal area. The market has reversed, and now it's about waiting and seeing. Take a wait and see approach. If 5 waves can form from that low, a 5-wave move is always a complete bullish cycle, which means it is likely going to complete, either depending on how far it stretches out, it could either complete the next move up. So basically that this was the low of wave 4. We're now in wave 5, or in a more bullish scenario, this would again only be wave 1 of wave 5. So I'm going to think about that a little bit in the next few days. It depends a little bit on, but we have time, we have time for that. It depends a little bit on how high do we go now, and do we get another wave 4 pullback? Where does that land? And then I can give you a target for this wave 5. And depending on where that is supposed to land, I can give you my idea about, okay, is this going to be all of circle wave 5, so basically the next larger wave up, or is it only wave 1 of 5? It could be all of wave 5 if it, depending on where it really lands eventually. But at the moment, it's going okay. Okay, so there's no sign of weakness at the moment in the chart. I didn't have to adjust the support region today. I did adjust it in the last video just to account for the last small move up that we've seen overnight, which wasn't significant. It just basically just moved like $400 higher from the swing high that was formed on Friday. So it's nothing significant. But as I mentioned, it could be here that this was just wave 5 in 3. So either way, in the orange count also here, the orange short-term bearish count would still allow for one more high. As you can see, it's basically this A wave, B wave, and C wave to the upside, and in the C wave we have possibly a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whereas in the more bullish interpretation we should get 2 more highs. So that's what I'm watching. Doesn't mean we will definitely get one more high. I mean, it can always break down. That's the main reason why we're using stops, or why we're tracking the support level. For example, here, main support level 44,575. We wouldn't need to track that if we knew we would get another high, right? There's no way of knowing, okay? There's no certainty in markets. It's all probabilities. And I had there was a funny comment in the last video that only focusing on TA will get you liquidated. We are bullish. Fundamental analysis or whatever. Well, okay, that's highly subjective. Fundamental analysis is highly subjective, especially in crypto. But of course, I'm tracking a bullish scenario, so maybe that wasn't understood. But besides that, you shouldn't get liquidated when using TA, because the technical analysis allows you to do adequate position sizing. You get the parameters you need to do your trader math, okay? Without these parameters, it's impossible to do the mathematics that you need to calculate your position size, which I hope all of you do. I know for a fact most people don't. That's why 90% of traders are losing and give up. But if you get these parameters, you can calculate your position size, you know where to set your stop, and you will not get liquidated. You might get stopped out, and you might risk 1% of your portfolio or lose 1% of your portfolio max. Shouldn't really do much more. Maybe all the way up to 2 or 3% for more experienced traders, but really you shouldn't lose or risk more than 1 to 3% of your portfolio anyway in one single trade. So yeah, yesterday that Radical is ridiculous. 90% loss or something in one trade. Absolutely ridiculous. Guys, don't use leverage if you're not profitable, and just use the parameters given. There is no way you couldn't be profitable, and there's no way to lose a lot with Elliott Wave. If you use the parameters and you calculate your position size well, which I can't control, only you can do that, then there is no way you lose a lot, and you would only have basically gained and won and increased your portfolio over the last 12 months, because the market was bullish. We were tracking bullish scenarios. Rarely a support level broke in the last 12 months on the Bitcoin chart. And sometimes the support regions weren't reached, but that's why I always say they are not targets. You can always buy a little early, but then obviously you have to calculate your position size so that you make a smaller entry if we haven't reached the support zone. So, but we are bullish in a bullish market, and I'm going to track a bullish market until support levels break. I'm not predicting anything. I'm just telling you what the current trend is, and the key levels that we determine in the analysis, they basically tell us if we are still on the right side of the trend. And at the moment we are still moving up, okay, and the micro support is quite tight. The nearest support I can really give you on the 1 hour chart that's really relevant is 44,575. Below that level on the daily time frame, we've got the 35K level. So yeah, that's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.